Okay, got the red smoke.
Gun runs north to south, west of the smoke, west of the smoke.
Okay, copy. West of the smoke. I'm looking at danger close now.
Come on with it, baby. Give it to me. I need it. Get cleared hot.
Copy, cleared hot.
And she's just like, where are they all going? And I blame them on my kids. Nice. Tyler probably did it.
Nice. Now, do you throw them away in the kitchen so she can find them? Or do you throw them away at the garbage can or when you're out?
It would have to be neighbor's garbage can, because we did an episode where I came clean to her and let her know that I was throwing away some of her stuff when she wasn't paying attention. And then she admitted to me that she goes into the garbage can and takes it back into the house, which I wasn't aware of. Michael was here for this. It was a real journey of discovery.
Yeah, it was fun.
So now it's clearly I have to sprinkle her shit in the neighborhood garbage cans.
It's like disposing of a body. You gotta do it far and wide.
I mean, Tupperware. How do you wash Tupperware? Because you can't. It's like, especially if you have spaghetti in it.
It depends what was in
red.
it and how it was used.
Spaghetti.
I mean, like vinegar. I mean, sometimes most Tupperware, good Tupperware, will use. I also get the glass Tupperware.
Yeah, I don't throw those away.
Yeah, because then they're versatile and they actually clean pretty easy.
If you put spaghetti in a plastic Tupperware, you will know it for 20 years. The sheet, that's just the light red sheen to it. I feel like the best way to wash that is in a dumpster.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's not reasonable.
My wife doesn't agree, so I blame it on my kids. Today's episode is brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee. Now, I am more of a visual person than an audio person, so this is why I head over to their website, and we can talk about what they have. Looks like they're doing a buy one, get one free, and that appears to apply to some brands of coffee, or not brands, some of the blends of coffee, mugs, shirts, but let's scroll down and see what we got. The little slide bar, the slide bar of information. Far left is light, which the lightest being Silence or Smooth. Far right is dark. Looks like the darkest is the Murdered Out Roast. Right in the middle, you got your AK, Freedom Roast, Gunship, and JB, Just Black. Those are also just great options. They have a summer merch drop, which here's some pictures of what they're offering. Some sun shirts, which I've been relying on heavily recently. A little bit warm, a little high UV up here in Montana. And subscriptions. This is the cool part. Far left, coffee subscription. Get what bag of coffee delivered when you want, at the velocity that you want and the quantity that you want. Shirts. Maybe you like new designs every month. Join the shirt club. Sticker club, same thing. And then the ECS, the exclusive coffee subscription. That's going to be one bag per month. Here's an example of what last month's was. The Secret Water Society Roast, which was incredibly delightful, by the way. Actually, I'm just working through my last of that bag. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 more cups of coffee left in that. A ton of options. Great coffee, founded by great people, still giving back to veterans. And what I'll say is this, the vast majority of people have no idea how much they give back to veterans. The best way to support me in the show is to support sponsors like Black Rifle Coffee. So head over to blackriflecoffee.com, check out what they have to offer, sign up, tell them I sent you, and enjoy your coffee, however you may like it, unless it's from a French press, because then we can't be friends. Back to the show. You could use this strategy.
You tried to make her understand. She just doesn't want to. It's not on you at this point. I mean, there's pure logic behind it. She wants to throw emotion onto it. It's on her.
I agree.
You can't control someone else's emotion.
I know.
You can definitely rub it, though.
Yeah. So we met in April of last year. Mm-hmm. Obviously, people can go back and listen to that episode, but so we can reference it and make this stand alone. Fill me in on what brought us together for the first time last year, and then we can kind of fill in the blank on what you've been up to since then.
No, absolutely. Well, you got a message from my friend.
Yep. They're like, hey, I got an international soccer star buddy who likes to kick landmines.
Yep, pretty much. And he sent you the text where I was basically like, hey, guess who stepped on a landmine? And
in Ukraine, we should let people know the region of the world we're talking about.
Yeah, and took a picture of the nub all wrapped up in bandage, seeping with blood, and it's like, this guy, 2 thumbs.
Well, we should also tell people how you got into the game of kicking landmines.
Yeah, went in the Marine Corps, became an EOD tech, and been enjoying it ever since. So, I mean, that's the short and dirty of it, but, early childhood, wanted to be a Marine. Older brother went in the Marine Corps. I waited my time, went in the Marine Corps. You have to start as something else. I was logistics, a red patcher. And then once I was 21 years of age and had all the other things necessary, got the lat move into it, went overseas, did my on-the-job training. Wasn't supposed to be on-the-job training, but that's how it came down during the Fallujah, Second Battle of Fallujah. So I got to meet a bunch of different techs from all the different branches and support them here, there, and everywhere. But once we got done with that, floated back over because I was on the 31st MU for that one. Went back over to Okinawa, took my leave, went to EOD school, became an EOD tech. About 2 weeks before I even finished EOD school, someone comes into the room where we're getting training in, and they say, "Hey, Sergeant Montoya, you got a phone call." Well, I mean, any school environment, someone walks in, interrupts a class, and hey, you got a phone call. It's not like, "Oh, you just won the lottery. Hey." No. So yeah, I was like, "Oh crap, family member died or something. What's going on?" Get over to the phone. I was like, "Sergeant Montoya, this is Chief Warrant Officer so and so. You're a combat casualty replacement. You're going to Iraq." I was like, "Can I finish EOD school first?" He's like, "Yeah. Once you're done with school, don't take leave. Go to your duty station. You're going over there." And that's it. So did that fun little journey. Didn't take leave. Got there. Was checking in and checking out. And everyone told me that, "You don't know what you're talking about. We haven't heard about this not happening." Was checking on a Tuesday after a 3-day holiday. And I was still checking out on that Thursday. Got a call halfway through the day from the colonel who was in charge there. And was like, "There's a flight at 1800. Get your guns. You're going over to Iraq." And I was
At 6 p.m. for the civilians.
Yeah, 6 p.m. And I was like, "Hey, is this the one that you told me I wasn't going to go on? I don't need your shit." I was like, "All right, fair, but I'm leaving, so it doesn't matter." Yeah. Went and got my stuff. Didn't even have issued deserts or anything like that. Straight green camis, all the other stuff. Got on the plane, got over to Kuwait, and I was like, "Yeah, I need to go to TQ." And they're like, "No, you need to go to Al Assad." I was like, "I need to go to TQ." I was like, "You know what? Just get me in country." Get to Al Assad, show up at the EOD shop there, and they're like, "You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be over here." I was like, "I can tell everyone where I'm supposed to be, but I'm just a sergeant."
Yeah.
So yeah, got a little bit extra ammo, went through the amnesty box, got some demo, got some stuff. They drove me over to a log train that was going from Al Assad to TQ, hopped in the back of a 7-ton in green camis, and all the other Marines and deserts are sitting there looking at me going, "Who's the spook?" I'm just like, "I'm just a sergeant, guys. I'm sorry." "Sure you are, Sergeant." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, here's my ID card."
If you were a spook, I think they could get you an ID card.
But do you do a silly face? Or do you keep it serious?
Serious at all times. Espionage couldn't be more serious.
This is true. Yeah. Got over there, and then did the left seat, right seat 2 days into it. So from graduating EOD school to being in Iraq within like a 9-day period, and then 2 days later, as officially finally an EOD tech, we're going to a call and front vehicle gets blown up. It's like, okay, yay, we're having fun, and then just another tour, then Afghanistan tour, and then got out and continued to do this stuff in the civilian world. First at like the Yuma Proving Grounds, doing all the testing of all the different munitions and things, a lot of assessments, just all the general stuff that, they got to make sure the military keeps functioning. Mm-hmm. And then went back over to Afghanistan in a training role for training military and police and others for EOD. And so got to do that for a year and shifted over to training all the people coming through in that first week that you get in country. I forget the training, the RSOI training or whatever, and was training that for the counter ID stuff. When that was done, did some human behavior pattern recognition analysis, that advanced situational awareness training. So I was doing that for about a year, and then back over into training, but in Africa. So in 2014, and then from there, just continued to do that, setting up EOD programs, going over to teach counter ID programs, engineering programs, just all the different fun stuff. And continued that until finally got rid of that company I was working with and decided to do something for free and volunteer. And no good deed goes unpunished. So,
Indeed.
But no, it was good. It's what we wanted to do. So I was having, good times even up to the second, even after, like things happen. So, but it hasn't stopped me. Hasn't slowed me down.
Yeah.
A little bit longer to get over the obstacle now. But hey, little shoulder problems.
You're walking better than the first time you were here.
Yeah, I was in that one prosthetic that was like came down the back and kind of came around it, and it just wasn't moving, and it was causing like more rubbing, and just the wound was still open and just causing other problems. And then we started getting this one done, and like they messed up. They didn't build it to the mold that was sent, so I couldn't even get my leg into it. And then they got that fixed, but at the same time, we did this other one, which was just like a boot. Those like old wrestler boots? Or like you think like in the 1950s boxer shoes or whatever. It's like just leather, all laced up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially that's what it looked like. So there was no roll to it or anything else. So it was kind of like when I would step, I just hit that point and that would be it. So it was just a little awkward on the walking and everything. But I was functional. The problem was it was rubbing a spot raw just every single day, just opening a wound. And I've got those two like nerves that were just like surface, just subsurface. And so like the first 45 minutes to maybe 2 hours, I'm functional. And then after that, it's just rubbed so irritated and raw and everything that at the end of the day, I'd have to lay down and have my foot up for 3 hours before it calms down and quits spasming and everything else.
Jesus.
Yeah, just like the constant, like the pain. But once I got this one fixed, I was over there doing some capacity stuff this last little trip. So we were doing IMAS EOD training for the different organizations in the government. So National Police, Emergency Services, or State Emergency Services Ukraine, State Special Transport Service, and MOD, their military administrative defense. So there's a mixed group, which is good because they're all kind of coming together, and every organization has different ways they do stuff. Just like EOD and the military, we all have different kind of roles, responsibilities, things that we can do or they can't do, or Navy diving, or Marine Corps, we can do this, other people can't do this. There's all just going to be different SOPs. And but it's good to come together and actually like start working together and seeing it from a different perspective. Granted, like the training we're giving, it's like that foundation training. All of our students are already doing those jobs, but it's a good kind of reel back and go, okay, you're right, yes, this is a way, and when you go to this organization, you might do it a different way. But if you ever go back to this organization over here, you're going to have to remember the fundamentals and go back to this. So, it's just some good stuff. But
what are the fundamentals for disarming a bomb?
Don't get blown up.
Okay.
Check.
Apparently, knowing you, that's optional.
Like
asterisks at least.
Yeah, don't get blown up.
I mean,
all
obviously,
the way.
yeah. So don't action the device. What it like? I mean, I'm not saying that. Even though one of my favorite scenes is in The Abyss, where he has to, I think, cut the green wire, but he's using green light. So of course you have to guess. Good thing he closes his eyes too, so he wouldn't see the flash.
Yeah.
What are the fundamentals for disarming a device?
Oh, the fundamentals are more for the approach and the methodical process that you go through as you work through it. Easiest way to do it is, one, you have a base knowledge of all the different stuff you're going to be working with. Then you have a knowledge of all the safeties that you're going to apply. And not just the safeties, but what the safety's for and the application of the mitigation technique you're using. So a safety would be like high explosive safety or fragmentation safety. Well, in high explosive, don't apply heat, shock, or friction, right? Have distance from blast will help protect you. Have cover from blast will help protect you. Well, fragmentation, as you're approaching it, fragmentation could hurt or kill you. Make sure you have PPE. Have your body armor, have your helmet, have your glasses, gloves, fireproof, clothing. And so it's just applying that and then knowing how to scale that application. Because, a bomb suit would be great, but it's right up here, and you can't climb this wall, or you can't do this, you can't do this activity in the bomb suit, but you can do it in a plate carrier, soft armor, or a helmet. So it's just learning to at least take it into consideration before you do all that stuff. So
You're still going to lose your hands in a bomb suit, right?
I mean, if it's right here like that, absolutely. But, you know, like if you're walking and it goes off 20 meters away and it's a smaller bomb, you just fall over, you know, and hopefully no shrapnel hits it.
Well, in my mind, all disarmament comes down to multicolored wires and pliers, or, you know, the little clippers.
Yep.
Because I get all of my information from the movies. Right. And when I encountered IEDs overseas, I ran the opposite direction screaming EOD. Because I don't fucking like them.
Did we have earpods in? Because maybe we didn't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, those bomb suits look horrendous.
Yeah, they're not light. And it's part of.
They seem really well ventilated, though, at least.
Yeah. I mean, they actually make a cooling suit.
Do they really?
Yeah, where it's got all the lines through it, and
Yeah.
you have this water jug that you kind of freeze, and it has a little bit of water that cycles through it. So
all
it
right,
keeps
that's at least
cycling
smart, yeah.
But then it says another thing that you have to put on, another thing you have to cool down, another thing you have to be ready for. And so it just sometimes it's not practical, well, especially in like a tactical environment. Like,
Yeah.
And then if you're just doing foot patrols,
No.
you're not going to bring a suit anyways because
I mean, you
it's
could just do the
2BX.
patrol in the suit and then be prepared for everything.
That's right. That's right.
Can you imagine?
Need those exoskeleton things and stuff.
I don't even think that would be enough.
Just, well, I mean, I guess now you can just put it on the back of one of those walking dogs or whatever, and it just carries it for you, and just call Fido over. Hey, you know,
Yeah.
it comes over and
Dresses you?
Yeah, dresses
Dons you
you.
in your suit of armor?
sits
Is there
there,
a
wipes.
You know, cops, I think, are a good analogy here. There's no way they can know all the laws, so they have their computers, obviously, and they can look stuff up. If an EOD guy encounters a device, do you guys have like a means of identifying what it is? Is there something that you guys can?
Like, here, say that question again.
So, cops, right? They
Yep.
are there to enforce the law, but there's no way they can know every law. Which
Right,
They don't
absolutely.
have to. They used to carry books, but now they have their computer. So if they bump up against the limit of their knowledge or experience, you guys, right? The safety mechanisms,
Mm-hmm.
the fundamentals, and all that stuff. What do you do if you encounter something you've never seen? Do you have something that you can search it, or where do you start?
Yeah, I mean, well, in the military, there's always reach back. There's always a publication or something, and you can share it within the community. You can ask.
But I mean,
Everyone's
like
gonna have
on
different.
target, like real time. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, you just use the knowledge that you have because normally you don't have something right there. You're going to put the
That's
stuff
what I was
in.
asking.
Yeah,
There's no
so you'll like
ruggedized laptop with all known.
Yeah, but it'll be back there. You're not going to walk
Gotcha.
down next to a device or next to the piece of ordnance. You're going to go down
And
there,
just
take
open your screen up.
pictures. Yeah. So yeah, just Jeeves, can you help me disarm this? You know.
Surfing to YouTube. How do you?
Yeah. How do you potato? No, not potato.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Wi-Fi, you know.
Okay, so there is the resource.
There are resources, and
it
a
can
lot
be
of things are
updated.
open source too.
Yeah.
You know, like if you see something, because there's a difference between the IED world and then the conventional munitions. You know, IEDs, whatever we can grab together, and
Yeah.
that's what we do. But with conventional, I mean, it's manufactured in a factory to specifications and QA/QC'd.
Yeah, you're going to
So
be able to
we
find a
know
schematic of that.
the information about it. We know how it should work. Is it always going to be perfect? Is something going to be flawed on the inside? And it's supposed to blow up after 400 pounds of pressure, but then, you know, someone puts 10 pounds of pressure on it and it explodes. Like it was a faulty, you know, one. It happens, you know.
Yeah.
Not everything's perfectly made. So not every bullet fires when you try to shoot it.
True story. I didn't know that you couldn't come into the Marines and pipe straight into the EOD pipeline. I didn't realize you had to go do some time first before they would let you do that.
Yep.
What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, there's a few, and back in like the 80s, they did it where you can come straight in.
Yeah.
And then sometime, I want to say in like 2004-ish, 5-ish, they did a period where our numbers doubled and they needed people, so they took people straight in. Some of the problems is, one, it's a small team. In order to drive with demolition and stuff like that in a vehicle on highways in the States and all that stuff, you have to be 21 years of age. So if we have two 18-year-old or 19-year-old EOD techs in the Marine Corps, that they're supposed to be able to drive and go do a thing, and they can't do it. So it helps with that. Maturity of, you get people in, and when you go to a normal unit, a garrison unit and all that stuff, and you're building up how you're supposed to work within the Marine Corps and everything else. Whereas if you go onto a small team, it's a different dynamic. So you haven't built up any of that discipline or any of the other things that you should be displaying. So you just get in there, and it's just small teams, run amok, do stuff. I mean, when I got to my unit in 2006, I was the only EOD tech at my unit. It was supposed to be a 7-man team.
Damn.
Because our numbers were low, and everyone was everywhere else. So, that's it. So I showed up, and I was like, hey, I'm the OIC now. And 2 days later, I was gone to Iraq. So
they need you to be a Marine first. I
they need you to be able to be a competent adult. Well, a competent man-child.
I didn't realize there was a restriction on driving with demo.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all kinds of little things, and of course, laws and stuff change. So who knows? Well beyond the age limit, so I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I think I might have violated that law early on. And
if you're on base, you're on base. But
no, we would drive stuff all over the place to training facilities.
Yeah, and that's I could be
statute of
I could be
limitations,
remembering something that
Yeah.
I'm just totally not remembering correctly too. So.
Well, and then a lot of times the demo would show up in a semi-truck, I think, too. So a lot of the times they would drive it, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I was ever pulled over and asked if I had any C4 in the car, which more than likely I didn't anyway.
Yeah, it was C2. Totally different.
Stacked together, 2 plus 2. What, from all the people you know in your career during the GWAT era, call it Iraq and Afghanistan, what was the most complicated IED that they ever came across? Or sophisticated, or just something where anything that sticks out like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive.
So,
without giving
personal
people an
opinion
instruction
and stuff like that, a lot of IEDs and all that stuff that we were doing around the world, they're simple, they're basic. There's not a lot of complexity to it.
Is it basically charge and activation device?
Yeah, it's just a basic, the most basic ID. Switch this, done. Boom.
Yep.
When I train people and I teach people, especially counter ID or any of the stuff, or awareness or EHAD or whatever flavor of the month that something we're putting a term to, it always comes down to this, and it's the same thing with any artisan or any job or anything out there. Everything's going to be dictated by the person's knowledge and imagination and availability of resources.
It tracks.
You can know everything in the world.
Yeah, if you don't have shit, though, who cares?
But if you don't have anything, then you're making the most basic thing. You can know absolutely nothing and have everything available for you, but you only know one way to do it. You're only going to be making one thing. That's it. And so, the rule of complexity and stuff also applies. Keep it simple, stupid, right? If it's working, why make it more complex? Now, if we're being successful, and it's just always a game of chess in some way, right? Checkers or, Uno, who knows? Well, pick a game.
Yeah.
But you're going to, as you're winning more, they're going to change the way they do it. And if you become, what do you call it, like consistent in your behavior, predictable, then someone can always find a way to counter that.
Yeah.
So that's where the complexity may come in. That's where this may come in, because they see you do this one action over and over and over, and they go, oh, if I just kind of do this, he's going to do this, but then I'm going to add this.
To counter his doing that.
Yep. And that's what it always, it's the game we're always playing, right? So how do we do this in business?
Yeah, it was like the V-hold vehicles in Afghanistan, designed to absorb, not absorb, but I guess it would be deflect a blast from underneath.
Mm-hmm.
and then you find the same charge, but it's put into the side,
to
so
go
it's
straight in.
hitting it at a 90 versus diffuse. And it's like, is that complex? Not any more complex. Is it innovative? Sure, but it's the same thing. God, I remember the first times I was driving around in Afghanistan. It was either in a thin-skin Toyota Hilux or a completely unarmored Humvee.
Okay.
Which I think has an overmatch of about 1/4 of a pound. Maybe a blasting cap might overmatch a Humvee with the flat bottom. I was terrified of nothing more than IEDs by the last time I went over there. I mean, I wasn't physically there, but saw the aftermath of about a 1,500-pound HME and what that did to an RG, just flipping it through the air.
Yep, probably ripped it in half too.
It inverted the V of the hull and just took it up into the air. Like they were torching pieces of bodies out of that to recover the bodies. And I mean, I guess, is that more complex? No, they just did. They're like, well, 50 didn't do it, 500 didn't do it, 1,500. Not that they were probably even weighing it anyway. But yeah, they just kept going
They
bigger.
probably went 15, add a 0, 150, add a 0, 1,500.
Yeah. But again, that's not necessarily more complex. They just were paying attention to the result of what they were getting, So there's not like some legendary Jason Bourne story where there was multiple kill switches and somehow there was like a radio beacon attached to a rabbit's asshole that would run across the field. Or
Yep.
I don't necessarily know why my brain just went to that, but that's what I'm thinking.
No, I mean, rabbits. I guess I learned this morning there was a rabbit living in our shed in our backyard, and our hunting majestic wiener dog.
You have one too?
I got 2 wiener dogs.
What are their names?
Leia and Lulu.
Short hair or long?
Short.
Same.
Double dabble.
Ours is a reverse chocolate dabble.
Oof.
One blue eye, one speckles of blue. His name is Javelin. I want to get another one.
Heat-seeking meat missile.
Yes, I want to get another one, all black, Carl Gustav.
Oh. No, but have it wear a little yellow banded collar.
Yes.
For
Yes.
explosive.
My wife won't let me do it. She says she wants to get a girl. I'm like, Carlina is also a name.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think Javelin and Carl would be great. Nobody would really know what it is, but we would.
We would. And that's all that matters.
Aren't they the best?
They are. I mean, they're bred to take down badgers, and, honey badgers don't care.
Traditionally, they're bred to take down lions.
In their eyes, everything's a lion that they're ready to eat.
I actually don't know if that's true, but that's what I tell people. And people will tell me it's impossible. I say, yeah, but obviously they hunt in packs.
This is true.
And I think 12 miniature dachshunds could take down a lion.
Yep. I could see it. Yeah, put enough, thorns in someone's foot, they're not walking.
Yeah, I don't know how they would kill the lion, but I think they could take him down.
Go right through their mouth.
Oh, were they the first dachshunds you've ever had?
No, I had 2 other dachshunds before. They lived till they're 16, 17 years old.
Dude, people don't get it. So I had one, I lost it in the divorce is the way I like to describe it. I had never had a dog like that before. His name was Chachi. He was the coolest fucking dog. The most loving, personality 15 times the size of his body. Mm-hmm. So I finally talked my wife into getting a dog, and she was, I think, uncertain about the desire. Like, why that breed? You don't want to get a Malinois or an Akita or something like that. I'm like, no. Miniature dachshund.
That's it.
And he's got her wrapped around his little fingers. She loves that dog. They do spa days on Sunday. They clean out their ears and get their nails trimmed. And he's just, He barks at everything that is there and also everything that's not. If a leaf falls across town, he lets us know. Yeah.
So, somewhere in the South Pacific, a butterfly flaps its wings and the dachshund barks.
I have heard, because I have been trying to talk her into getting Carl, that they're happier if there's 2. Would you agree with this?
Yeah, I never have one. It's always in pairs.
Do they seem to just fuck about and do their own thing? Or do they just enjoy the company?
Like,
or both, probably.
Of the dog or of you?
Well, when it's just, he's so cool. He gets so excited. He even loves Michael. Michael is his grandson, basically. He does the watching of the mini when we're out of town.
Yep.
And it's so interesting. You're either one of their people or they're very wary of you. But if you're one of their people, they lose their shit when they see you. But it's just us and him right now. I just wonder if you would like it more if there was another. You'd have more to do in his alone time.
Take him to a dog park and see what he does when you've seen another wiener dog around.
There's not many up here.
Need to open a new business.
I don't know what that says about Montana.
It just means that they just don't know yet.
He loves snow. He will run and just dive into it.
Yeah, and then they're gone. Hey, if
Basically.
if there's 6 inches of grass, they're gone. They look like you're watching.
Except for their tail.
Yeah, you're watching Jurassic Park and the raptors moving around.
I actually described it as exactly that last weekend. Yeah, it's cool.
Just the grass.
Yeah, they're the best.
Anyone
Anybody
know
out
where
there,
he's at?
Yeah, anybody out there who has never experienced a miniature dachshund, they're cool. Favorite pet that I've ever had is that breed, and they're just so loving too.
They are. They
Oh yeah, all
lay
over.
right there.
Personal space is non-existent.
No. If there's more than a hair between y'all, there's too much.
Yeah.
So they close the gap.
But there's no like legendary story of some like rogue IED maker that nobody knows who he is, but his signature is so complex. Come on, man.
No, not that I can think of. I mean,
It probably would
you
be
got
some
weird,
fucking EOD tech anyway.
Yeah.
Be like the pyromaniac firefighter.
Yeah, it's like, if I ever got captured, I'd be like, oh, yeah, no, I'll make all your IDs. Put the microchips into, like, I'd be like, I got to make this really complex. And I'm, like, basically spelling out our grid coordinates of where we're at. So when someone takes an X-ray of it and they go, 38, what's this grid doing on this thing? This thing doesn't even work.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
It would look dope,
thanks.
though. It would look
Yeah.
dope. Oh, yeah. You'd be like Iron Man making that
Lights
first
would
suit.
come on and all that stuff, but it'd never be enough to set it off.
That'd be
like,
awesome.
And then when they come back, it didn't work. Like, I told you to use a better detonator.
Yeah. All right. Damn it. Well, that ruins that dream for me. Because in the movies, it makes it look pretty damn cool.
Yep. Yeah, there's some good movie scenes. I forget which one it is. I think they're on an airplane or whatever, and the guy's got the straw where, like, he puts it in between.
Oh, yeah,
the
'cause it
thing
stops the
connects and
connection.
stops the connection. I mean, technically, if that was a connection point and you had a plastic straw and you put it in between and they don't touch, it's insulated, that, in theory, would work if that whole thing was actually real. It's set up that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I think we talked about last time. I mean, basically, Hurt Locker, you said, is mostly a documentary
pretty much.
on
It's
both
how everyone,
TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures.
how everyone lives their life. And, I mean, they had to downplay it, so that was good.
Yeah. Definitely grab the daisy chain of det cord and pull all the 155 rounds up.
Yeah, and if you can't
By
move,
the blasting cap, essentially.
Yeah, and if you can't shift 7 155s or
One-handed.
about 700 and something pounds plus, then obviously you're not a EOD tech.
Michael, have you seen that scene in the movie?
I haven't even seen the movie.
Okay, first off, that's a good thing. That latter part is good. But can you find us? I have to see it. I need to see
Can you
this.
give me a
scene.
specific?
How would you find this on YouTube? Hurt Locker 155 round scene?
Or, pulling that cord.
Yeah. Because it's pretty amazing. Of course, he's standing directly in the middle of the concentric circle of all the rounds, too.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know.
that was-
I actually
that was
have seen
fast.
this scene.
He's pretty good. Some things are just worth seeing again.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we can't have nice things.
Oh, this computer, neither Michael or I can figure out. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. It's teasing us. Just the tip. Michael, grab it. Use your teeth.
I'm trying.
Use your teeth.
This is ridiculous.
There you go.
I was about to say, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just bring it back over here.
Okay.
Now bring it back. There you go.
There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if this
Hold on,
is
let
the
me
one.
turn this up here.
Yeah. You might have to skip a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's
Yep. Psh, anybody can do this. Just no. Here we go.
Hang on.
What are your thoughts on this? Just pull on the det cord. Is this good?
Yeah, no one's ever died by doing that.
Knife in one hand. Observer. Elevated position.
Here we go.
Yes.
secondary.
Shit. Take cover. Get in the wall. Get in the wall.
Is that all Cat 5 cables? Did you see that?
Look at this. Yes. That's probably enough, Michael. I think people get the point. It's
Get the gist
basically
of
a
it.
how-to.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I just realized that was all Cat 5 cabling. Did you see that?
For like internet modems and stuff?
Yeah, like the red Cat 5 cabling used for whatever. That's what it looked like when he had it all in his hand. And like some of it was broken, and it's like the blue and whatever wires
Well,
going
yeah,
back
they
and
want it
forth.
to be a high-speed connection to the
True.
blasting cap.
True. It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even an EOD guy, but I feel like just following by pulling up on det cord through dirt is not a good idea.
Yeah, it's a method. It's not the method.
So you guys don't cover this as one of the classes in EOD school? So how'd you find yourself in Ukraine the first time?
Well, I wanted to go in 2022 when it all started off. I was in Erbil teaching a humanitarian IEDD, or improvised explosive device disposal course, to another organization and with another company. And I'm, of course, 2022 kicked off. I'm sitting there trying to decide to go over there or go back, work on our family relationship. And so I chose that I'm going to go back and work on that. And so that's what I did. I decided, we went back there, we started working on it, and later on through the year, as we're doing different things, I take sporadic work over in Africa doing things. And then finally, my buddy Stu is like, hey, do you want to go over and do this? And I was like, yeah. So signed up with the organization, went over there, and like, what was that, like January 1st or 2nd of 2023, made the first trip. And, yeah, just started building the empire from that point on. So working through, it's not easy. There's still bureaucracy everywhere, even in war zones at times. There's still laws and rules and everything else you got to follow and work within. So, and then the biggest thing that you always run into is there's so many people going over and doing things with zero follow through. So
You mean like individuals promising things, or are you talking about organizations?
all of the above.
Okay.
Yeah. So whether it's a non-government organization, a government organization, individual, whatever it may be, like, oh yeah, we want to do this, and all this stuff, and then they never see them again. And first time, second time, third time, it just gets repetitive. So they're very wary. If anyone is coming over and it's like, hey, like, I would like to help with this, but we do a bit of a different approach. We don't come in there going, what's the old method? I'm from the government. I'm here to help. It's like, oh no. Yeah, we know how this is going to turn out. And we also don't go in there and say, hey, you're doing this wrong, and let me show you how to do it right. They're still doing it. It's not that it's wrong. There's just different ways. Maybe they don't have the tools, they don't have the method, or they just need some more training, or they need some more information, and we can enhance what they're already doing. So we like to come in there and just be like, hey, can we just come out and watch? Can we, hand you the coffee? What are we allowed to do? We have some med kits. That way if someone does get hurt, we'll help you do the med stuff. We got detectors. If one of your detectors go down, we'll help you with the detector. If you want us to sweep a lane, we'll sweep a lane. If you want us to do this or this or this, or you want training, you got 14 different detectors that came into the country, and you're like, we got training on this one. We don't know how all these other ones work. Okay. If you give us, 48 hours of your time, we'll show you another detector. The next week we'll come in, we'll show you another detector. Oh, this GPR one, it's going to take at least 40 hours of consistent training in a week to get familiar with it, and then probably about 100 hours worth of using it to get proficient with it. And so it's like, but this one, we can have you trained in, show you how to use it all within a day, and have you on some confident lanes so you can be like, oh yeah, no, I'm finding everything. Yep, that's mine. Oh, that's a piece of metal. Yep. And then safe excavation drills, all this stuff. So any capacity, train, advise, assist, mentor. But the biggest thing is when you go in, how can I support? Not let me show you how to do it right. They're already doing it. That's the biggest thing.
Have you seen an influx of people there just chasing war?
Oh yeah, no. There's people that's how they make their money.
How does that? Not that you do this, but what is it? Did they just show up like, "Hey, I'm a gun for hire"? Like, what's the mechanism of that?
Well, no, I mean, because you're talking about the military side, like going to fight, right?
Well, even people who retired or people who've gotten out of the U.S. military, they just want to go fight in Ukraine.
Yep.
Are they just showing up saying, "Hey, I want to fight," and the Ukrainian government goes, "Okay"?
No, I mean, there's always a process. Just like if you were to go join the French Foreign Legion or join some other military, there is a process. You just can't show up and be like, "Yeah, give me a gun, I'll go to the front and I'm going to do stuff." Nope, they still go through background checks, interviews, and everything else, and look at your history, and they're trying to, when they do take foreigners and stuff, from my understanding and from talking to different people and watching this stuff go on, they're trying to get people that are going to be beneficial, as opposed to like, I'm so-and-so, I've never done anything in my life, I'm here, like, I want to go fight, I played paintball. Like, maybe we don't have the time and effort and stuff to invest in you.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go work with a charitable organization that's doing, what do you call it, evacuations or delivering water. Like, get some life experience, get some living in the country that, there's drone strikes every day, there's ballistic missiles, there's combat going on, there's shifting lines forward and backwards, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And see if you can mentally handle it for 3 months. Because things are difficult. Things are always changing.
Probably depends on how dire their situation is, too.
Yep. But, I mean, resources available, too. Like, I bet you if they had a gun for every hand and they could put them all out there and support them all, then they would. But if you don't have the resources to support people, you are going to try to pick and choose. Out of the 20 people, you can take on 4.
Yeah.
What 4 are you going to take?
The most highly qualified.
That's it.
Yeah.
And just because you have experience doesn't mean that you are going to be a good fit for it. Just because you were in Iraq or Afghanistan, or you were in the military but you never deployed, this, that, you're just going to have to figure out and find your way and find someone who's going to take you. But, that's all the military side, and we do get to see those people. We do get to talk to them. We get to work with them through training or anything, because ultimately, even after the conflict is over, someday, the military is not going to be doing military stuff. They're going to be doing, okay, well, we need to go clear minefields. So they're going to be shifting over to that humanitarian side. So we still do training on equipment, on stuff, because they still have to do that stuff, and eventually they will be doing that stuff. So it's not, all like we're just teaching just humanitarian. We're just teaching the government agencies. We're teaching everyone as a whole on whichever thing. And plus, we give out the certificates after receiving this training to this standard. You've done this, and then it's a recognized certificate. Like when you go to look for a job in 5 years and you want to do demining. Oh, we went through this. I've got this much experience. I'm going to go on with this organization. And then so there's that life beyond the service, right? So just like when we all got out, whether you're a cook, whether you're a driver, whether you're infantry, doesn't matter, there wasn't a lot of certs that transitioned over. So try to get people those certs, try to get them that training that whenever they do leave that, they've got something else they can fall into.
My forklift qual is pretty dope.
I do. I like that.
I pencil whipped that one though.
Like a T-60 tank and a what was the old like Sergeant York tank?
Yeah.
I actually had a license for driving the Sergeant York.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because we at YPG we had one, so I had to get
One
all
must
these
get a license.
licenses. Yep,
Yeah.
and it was just like, all right, cool.
How many times you been over there now?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
How have you seen it change?
In what way?
Just even in the kinetic nature, is there more or less bureaucracy interfacing with the soldiers and people? Has there been a mentality shift?
Yeah, and it's always in flux. So it's all, think of it like a pond, or an ocean. Like there's times where it's high tide, low tide. A boat drives by and there's an extra wave. It's always in flux, and drastic things do change and they do appear. Like most recent one, Ukraine striking deep within Russia and knocking out 40 plus of their strategic aircraft.
I mean, I know it's a simplified explanation, but they basically use DJI drones.
That's it. Just some...
Dude, did you ever... I've talked with everybody I know who I've served with. I ask them this. Did you ever once think about drone warfare like that when you were in? We were watching the Dragon displays and stuff that the Chinese do. I can't fathom the mental geometry of hearing that shit. And I also think the move is this. If you were to weaponize them, light them up so it does look like a dragon coming after you.
I mean, you saw that one that like literally has like a thermite thing that just pours it on the position and just burns the trees, burns the positions, burns whatever.
I'm thankful that was not even the most remote afterthought. It's just wild.
Oh, and it's moving at that exponential rate, right?
Oh, God. What'd you find, Michael? He said, tell me more. Thermite.
Yep.
Do you even know what thermite is, Michael?
It's like something that burns.
Yeah.
So that's about all I know of it.
Hot metal.
Dragons, drones. Rains molten metal on Russian positions. Fuck.
Yeah, just set shit on fire.
Fire spewing dragon drone. Man. Where does that align with the Geneva Convention? Because all wars are fought with laws and rules, and they're always adhered to.
I was about to say, I mean,
holy
when they wrote
shit! Look at that.
When they wrote it, they didn't have drones then, so technically they're not breaking it, right?
Well, they outlawed flamethrowers, which, by the way, I really tried hard. Just one up. That's all I wanted. I ran into a dude in Normandy. We went for the 80th anniversary.
Yep.
I believe it was Iwo Jima. He was a flamethrower. He's like, you got 6 good squirts. You get about 9 of them. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, why is it 6?
I guess depending on the length of the trigger pull, you could maybe squeeze 7.
No, I thought like didn't they have in the handle? They only had 6 caps or whatever to reignite it.
I don't know.
So I don't know. That'd be interesting.
My knowledge of a flamethrower is very light. My desire to ever use one was very high.
I know a company that makes a flamethrower.
Yeah, but it says not a flamethrower on it.
I know because
it's a propane torch.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like
talking about you, Elon.
What's it say? Like whenever someone's like, "Oh, I'm not a thief." It's exactly what a thief would say. I'm not a flamethrower. That's exactly what a flamethrower would say.
It's basically a butane torch is what the thing is. You can look at it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Man. Yeah, I don't... that's a different level because you're hearing those things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those videos of them just chasing people down, man, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yep. I mean...
Who's flying those? Are they...
Soldiers?
So, and you see those pictures of the fiber optic cables.
Yep.
And we're talking to soldiers with FPV goggles on, just getting after it. Like a bunch of them together? Do they spread these guys out?
It all depends. You know what I mean? If you're going to fiber optic, you can probably have 3 people, but you wouldn't have them that close because
of course.
If there's a counter thing or whatever, then you lose your whole thing. So people get spread out. They get used most effectively. I mean, I think there's even a thing like a war of drones or war on drones or something like that. And there's an actual program that you get points for destroying stuff.
We're talking real world points?
Real world points.
Like redeemable for a car wash? What are we talking
Redeemable for where equipment gets assigned. So the units that are being more effective and have higher points, they can request more equipment because they're being effective.
Of course.
So why not, like now you have like we're actually being more effective.
Give us the goods.
Give us more stuff. And they're like, no, we got all your videos. We got all this. I swear I saw something.
He's already over
there.
there
He's
frantically Googling, yeah. What'd you find, Michael?
Just a few articles. Let me just click this one.
Clickety click click. Clickety clack.
I mean,
Business Insider. You know it's good then.
Yeah. I mean, the point system, not a bad idea, to be honest. We will one day, Michael, and by that I mean you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Ukraine's drone pilots are overhauling which Russian targets they think matter most, and tanks have fallen far from the top. Scroll up a little bit. I want to see that picture. Hit that X on that little ad.
Yeah.
Fucking ads. All right, so what do we got here? We got iPads. Scroll down. I'm just looking at the gear. God, that guy's rocking an ATAC system, modern cut, body armor, multicam. All right. Ukraine drone units updated their point system earlier this month to prioritize personnel hits. A tank kill could earn 40 points in the past, but now it earns only 8 per vehicle. Russian drone pilots are now the highest priority target for the bonus program. I bet you that goes in both directions. If the Russians had a point system, yeah, keep going down. Let me see here. Yeah, keep going down.
Now earn 15 points for wounding a drone pilot, 25 for eliminating them.
Wow.
Tank kills previously 40, now only bring 8. Destroying multiple launch rocket systems could have earned you 50. Now they net you pilots only at 10 points.
Yeah, scroll down some more, Michael. Man. I mean, it is what it is. I get why they're doing it. It's an interesting way to dehumanize the act of what's going on. But I get it.
And it also lets intel flow better for you to know, like, okay, what's being effective. You know what I mean? So it's not like you just have that intel cell that's going out there and have to like talk to the units and do this and find stuff. Everyone's feeding it right up into their probably got some AI system going. Yep, that's confirmed. Oh, look at this. There's probably like some freaking point system where it's like a team overkill. Yeah. So
some moving map chart. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. Like in rankings, we just got passed by such and such.
Big Balls is in the number 1 spot.
Yep, with their 3 tank kills today.
So it's just in flux. You haven't noticed any drastic shifts that have from your first time there to your last time spending time there? How about the mentality of the people fighting?
I mean, it's broad because, I mean, you got people that, I mean, obviously there's a draft type system over there. And you got people that have been fighting for a long time, and you can see they're just tired. But then there's also ones that have been fighting for a long time, and they're driven. You know, it's like if you had to fight for your own home, and it's going to be case by case, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, if you had a certain mentality that you had to fight for your own home, you wouldn't care how many people came through that door. You're going to be just in it to win it and smiling through it, or what? Maybe, you know. And then there's the ones that just got tired of getting hit with artillery, tired of this. I mean, shell shock's a real thing. And certain areas, it's violent, it's long-lasting. In certain areas, it's not as violent today, but tomorrow, maybe. And then, when the shift really with the FPV drones and all the dropping the grenades, and now just the flying the kamikaze drone right into somebody. That's it. And when a drone goes out, it's not going out like FPV drone. When they go out, they are not going out to come back. You're not bringing it back. So they are going out. They will find a target, and especially when they get to that last little battery usage, like, you got 10 minutes. Or let's say it's an hour-long battery or whatever, and you go out and you don't find a worthwhile target in the first 40, and now you got 20 minutes left. And you go, okay, well, time to go back to, that one target I saw that's just an empty truck. Let's go smash it.
Yeah.
Those drones are not coming back. So when an FPV drone goes out, it's going to go blow itself up or malfunction.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that it could do strategic damage to Russia's infrastructure like that, the aircraft, with just that disproportionate nature of the technology, and cost, obviously, too. Damn. Did they send those on? Because those weren't fly-by-wire. Did they send those on GPS coordinates? Do you know? Because that would be a hell of a lot.
I think there was an AI tracking. There was an AI system that you got it there, and then the AI
refined the final
position it needed to fly into.
Does it be a real long spool of fiber optic cable?
No, I mean like electronic warfare, right? The resources you have to fight all that, they're finite. You only have 10 systems, but you have 100 places you need to protect.
Yep.
Where are the 10 places going to go? They're going to go here. Would you ever think in a million years that in the middle of Russia or wherever it was that you would need an electronic warfare system all the way around these facilities, all the way that far away from Ukraine?
Yeah, deep in Russia, no.
Nope. So it wasn't fly-by-wire as I understood it. It was
I just don't think it would have the length to.
Yeah, no, it was never going to be.
Holy shit.
Basically,
balls.
trucks parked outside the target location, the top of the truck, 18-wheeler, popped open, and drones just activated, flew off, activated, flew off, and found their targets.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously looking in for people watching. They're looking too. Those are some pretty far distance flights. Scroll down, Michael.
But they were all delivered by truck.
To the launching point?
Yeah, so like all
Look
the drones
at
you're seeing,
that, yeah.
they're coming out of the back of the 18-wheeler. The 18-wheeler or whatever, or the transport truck.
Yep, there it is.
They didn't know that these drones were in there. They were told to go park at this location for whatever and already got paid. They didn't, unknowing people.
Yeah.
And they went there, and then this thing popped open, and then these drones just lifted off, did their thing.
Wow.
Flew into strategic bomber stuff that hasn't been remade since the 90s.
Yeah.
So
what else you got, Michael? Keep on
some
this
of these
picture.
things is once they're done, they're done. They only have whatever,
dude, that's a big plane.
6 of those. Or whatever.
Yeah, that's clearly a radar. That's like an eye in the sky. Yep.
I forget how many they have, but they essentially knocked out a third of their entire eye in the sky technology.
Look at that shit. Just smoke and destruction everywhere. Keep going, Michael. Damn. Yeah, that was the first picture. Yep. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. I listen to podcasts just like everybody else does. I don't have a whole lot of time to do it, but I do. And I listen to the ad reads because I'm curious how other hosts do their reads. I'm not here to judge, better or worse. It's just interesting to me. It's data points. And BetterHelp is an advertiser that sells ads across a variety of platforms. And what I'll say is this. A lot of those platforms, they're reading an ad read, similar to the one that I have in front of you, or in front of me, I should say. But I'm not going to do that because although I think it's informative, I think it could get people interested, I'd rather just talk about my own personal experience because to me, that's the most impactful thing. People will say, you were a SEAL almost 2 decades ago, and that must be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. And it's not. It was challenging physically, emotionally, mentally, but I've dealt with things in my life that far exceeded the difficulty of that 6 months evolution. Hardest thing I've ever had to deal with was a divorce that lasted for almost 2 years. I relied heavily upon speaking to a counselor every week, and this doesn't have to be something that's woo-woo. You don't have to sit down every day and talk about your deepest, darkest feelings or trauma or whatever it is that may be ailing you. Sometimes it's just great to unpack to somebody who is neutral, a third party, and get a different lens on what it is that you are going through in life, a different optic, if you will. And I haven't had a great fit with every therapist or counselor that I've connected with. So I have not given up on therapy or counseling. I found the right person that works for me. I've had situations in my life where, I have a relatively baseline level of emotion, but sometimes the pendulum swings a little bit lower, and I need to talk to somebody to help develop systems for me or help me understand what is going on in my head that can help swing that pendulum back into the up or shiny or happier place for me in my life? Would it have happened naturally over time? Probably. But why suffer like that when there are people out there who literally have devoted their lives to helping you get through times that may be difficult for you? How does this tie into BetterHelp? Well, BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists, and we live in the internet world. You can connect with these people wherever you're at. Laptop, tablet, phone, you call it. Whatever you need that has an internet connection. It is the world's largest online therapy platform. They have served over 5 million people globally. It's very convenient. You can join a session with a therapist with the click of a button, which is going to help you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Listeners are going to get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/clearedhot. That is BetterHelp, Hotel Echo Lima Papa.com/clearedhot. Final closing thoughts on this. You don't have to wait for the check engine light to come on to look under the hood. Food for thought. Back to the show. How do you spin that one as Russia? Like it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, we just lost. What was it? I think it was like
a third of their strategic bomber.
A third of your strategic.
Should say here.
Yeah, pull that mic a little bit closer to you.
Oh, sorry about that. No worries.
40 aircraft.
40 aircraft. Who? Tu-160s. I don't know what any of those mean. 50 airborne early warning. Ooh. That looks like the Concorde. That was cool. That's very Russian looking. So is that. Yep. Damn. I wonder what the is there. Michael, see if you can find a cost difference versus what it cost for the attack versus what it cost Russia and the value of that.
I want to say it cost them like $8 billion in resources. Yeah.
What do you think? What would your guess be for Ukraine?
Well, the time it took for them, it was like a year plus long.
I just mean
thing.
The hardware, though.
Oh, the hardware?
$8,000. Yeah. I bet you.
I'd say that they put in
$1 million,
$1 million to $2 million total
for a net of $8 billion. Strong.
It's a good ROI. For one A-50, those big radar planes.
Yep.
There are 350 million.
Yes.
Ukraine claims the operation inflicted an estimated $7 billion in damage.
Oh, $7 billion. I was off.
Just a bill.
While the drones used cost only, let's see, only a fraction. I don't know how much exactly.
I'm going to say $1 million.
Each drone was about $400, it says. Yeah.
Yeah, so $1 million might actually be high.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the future of warfare, man.
Yeah, because even if they use 400 drones, or hold on, you said they're $400 a pop.
$400. I'm not sure how
even
many
if they used 1,000 drones, that's still only $400,000.
Yeah,
and they didn't use that many.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
With precision strikes.
Yes.
This just
I'm
going
to throw something out there.
Drones.
I'll probably get killed, but why are we still paying Northrop Grumman and stuff like that?
Dude,
I'm just saying, like. Guided missiles right there, done.
So that's actually an interesting point that you bring up. The news of this comes out. What are the conversations like at places like Northrop Grumman the day after that? Is that a complete...
How do we justify a $40,000 drone when $400 ones are working?
Yeah, or do they hard lateral and say that's the way of the future and we better reinvent who we are and what we're doing?
Right, but they still need to justify a $40,000 drone that we all know $400 drones work exactly the same.
The $400,000 ones are gray. It's
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yep. And they have the sticker on them.
They do. Slightly larger, longer battery life. Yeah, that would be. I mean, if they are not having those conversations, I'd be surprised. That would be a wake-up call for them. Like, okay, a nation just got a third of their nuclear, not capability, but strategic assets wiped off the face of the planet by FPV drones. We should talk. I've seen it in special operations where they have the helmet flip down FPV goggles. I mean, it's definitely It's going the way of the future for sure.
That's it.
Yeah. What's a day in the life look for you on this last trip you were over there?
Well, we did that capacity building, so we're out there getting up in the morning, going in, teaching throughout the day, making sure classes and everything was done up to standard, and that went on for 9 weeks. So the training was over a 9-week period. But before that, we did an Odessa trip to do some fundraising. So about $2,500 from Ukrainian business organizations. Yeah, so we're just going to constantly just keep looking for to feed the beast, to keep the teams going, to keep the effort going.
Well, tell me about the company you have put together and structured, what you got going.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so Invictus Global Response, of course, we put it together after the incident where we're finally like, we need to quit doing this for other people. We need to do it ourselves. We need to drive it. We need to be it.
Do you mean the incident as when you blew your foot off?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that how we refer to it, as the incident?
Oh, or
What do you call it?
I don't know. Stumpy, I don't know.
The incident.
There's many things I'm sure my wife and my friends and everyone else calls it.
I would be very curious as to what they call it, actually.
Yeah. Well, she did say she's sorry that she didn't make the trip or whatever. She's nursing a little injury or whatever.
Bring her out next time.
Absolutely.
You can sit down anytime.
Yeah, my problem is I got to keep her away from your shop because we'll leave with all of your tumblers and stuff.
No, I completely
and I can't
support
afford that.
I'll hook you up with a great discount of 0% off.
Hey, perfect. I like zeros right now. Everyone likes zeros.
Or I could charge you double and give you half off. It's your choice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sold.
Hashtag savings.
Yeah. Hey, wiener dogs don't pay for themselves.
They really don't. They're very bougie.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so after I blew my foot off, we're sitting in the hospital, and went ahead and just locked it down, went with it, made the organization. And as we grow and develop, we've brought more people on. We've grown the advisory board. We just keep reaching out. We're doing all kinds of different stuff to raise funds. So we got our 401c3.
501.
501, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm thinking of the investments.
401k.
Yeah, 401k.
Yeah.
the 592.14. Yeah. Nailed it. But yeah, so we got all that stuff done. We're just slowly building it as we get funds, and sometimes through like Buy Me a Coffee, we got like a monthly thing where people can get a patch. You know what I mean? So we just get random patches, and when units donate them, then we just buy a few more extra patches from that unit.
Yeah.
And then it almost pays forward. So sometimes, like if they have patches, all right, we buy them for $5 each. They bought them for $2. And
I've seen this Buy Me a Coffee thing. I've seen people doing this. Are they actually buying you a coffee, or is it just a small donation?
No, it's just so a coffee is typically $5, right?
Yeah.
So buy someone 10 coffees. That's $50. So it's just a way
Why
of going.
do they phrase it around the coffee? Why don't they just say small donation?
It's just a new age way thing of doing it. I think I gave you that one thing to the Buy Me a Coffee thing, but yeah, it's just another method, just another way, just like how you have like a donation pages or anything. It's just another way of getting it.
My only optic I've seen it are content creators.
Okay.
And I was just curious, does this actually go into a coffee fund, or is this just a way for people to...
It's just a small donation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Interesting. All right. What has been the what's been the hardest part about building the company?
I mean, nothing grows without money in today's thing. But what we have been able to do is, through our efforts and passion and our dedication to it, we've also been able to meet and work with and have support from many different organizations, people, communities, to allow us to keep doing what we're doing. If we don't have a place to stay or whatever, someone's like, hey, we got a couch and a floor. There you go. So then that's a hotel room we don't got to do. Food, all right, well, let's keep it cheap. Go out, all right, ramen noodles for the day or this. So being frugal, being responsible with what we do have, A thing I tell people a lot of times is whether I had $5 or $5 million, the effort's still going to keep going. The difference between $5 and $5 million is the magnitude of impact that you'll be able to see. So, $5, it gets us another gallon in the tank so we can go down to the field, we can help support, we can do this. $5 million, it gets us the legal team for us to expedite the humanitarian demining thing, hire locals, train them, equip them, build their capacity, let them lead the way in the demining for our organization, and eventually, just like everything, as they're sustainable, as they're accredited, as they have the ability to get grants and other contracts to do the demining work and bring stability in the area and for the Ukrainians, or no matter where we're at in the world, the community that's working there, then we slowly move back and manage, assist, and everything else. But the funds are staying in there. They're self-sufficient, and that's the goal from everything, is to build their capacity, to let them, work on their home, just like if anyone worked on their own home around here. You're going to take a little bit more care. You're going to care that you get all the weeds out of that thing. For sure. Whereas if you just hire someone, yes, I can see one's coming up, and no one's going to notice that for a week, so I'll just leave it.
I'll be long gone before that sprouts its head up.
Yep. So, and that's what it is.
What's the hardest part about finding the right people?
Well, it was like I said earlier, there are a lot of people that want to do good or want to do things. It's also managing what, if they're coming in to help or support, of what it actually looks like. Because if they just take things at like the face value or the scrape of, peeling up back a sticker, it's going to be, oh man, demining this. There's a lot of efforts to get to the point of demining. So it's the managing expectation. A lot of people think, I'm going to be able to jump right in. I'm going to be able to do stuff. Nope. We got to get this done. There's a demining season because the ground gets too hot. If it's too wet, if we're using a demining machine, the machine gets bogged down. So there's days that we can do things, days that we're going to have to shift effort. We do more than just the demining. When a strike happens on a building, we support the emergency services, go in there and help them in the way that they want help, the way that they need help, and not just coming in and pushing people out of the way like, I got this, It would work a lot better if we spoke Ukrainian, but, there's things what we can do. Show up, the ones that do, or we have an interpreter that's a volunteer, so no one's getting paid, obviously, and I would love to have enough money to where, we can take care of more things for specific people, or make sure that specific people are hired, because then they'll always be there. And as Westerners, we need some of that stuff. But we've been very fortunate. We'll wrap back around to that. It's managing the person's expectation coming in and figuring out what their true purpose is for them coming over. Because they can be like, oh, I just want to help. And then they come and they're like, well, I want to help, but I want to be on the front lines and this. Okay, so you didn't want to help with just this stuff. Your intent for coming over here is you want to get into the action. You want to do frontline evacuations. You wanted to, drive into a town in a vehicle, collect people up in under 2 minutes and drive out before a FPV drone hits you. Okay, well, we're currently not doing that. So we're helping from this point back. Or if we are going to help with that, we're going to make sure that mitigation techniques and procedures are in place, because operations and support and all that stops when someone gets injured or killed.
Yeah.
So if we can take an extra day to make it safer and no one gets hurt or killed, then the effort continues. But if we have one moment where someone gets hurt or killed, our effort stops for months. If not forever, depending upon how many people or this or that, So there's a lot of risk mitigation that we are putting into it, and we are taking the time. Like one of the things that we've implemented is if even one person on the team that's going out to go do something that day just has that gut feeling, It's just something's not right. All right. We don't need to do this. That's it.
How risky is it for you guys over there? Obviously, it probably depends on what you're doing, but
yeah, I mean, like when I was over there out east, like literally drones flying directly over the house.
Really?
And so all they have to do is
what do they?
Engine malfunction, falls down, and then house goes bippity boppity boop boop boop.
Are they targeting whatever they can, or are they trying to go after military targets first, and then it's like fucking get some if they can't find one?
I would love to say that they're targeting military targets, but that is not what I'm seeing when I show up to the apartment complex, to the school, to the hospital, to the community of houses with no military vehicles in sight. So some of it's targeted. Like, oh, that is a military facility. That is a, runway, or that is a, training camp or whatever that they were used and 100 vehicles were parked there. That does happen. But then some things there is not a rhyme or reason or a logical statement you can make to support that they did not target that, especially when one drone hits and then 10 minutes later another one hits the exact same house that's a civilian house.
How are the civilians reacting when they hear those drones? Are they numb to it yet?
No, I mean, because when you can hear it, it's in the vicinity, so it depends, like day, night, whatever. Sometimes you can just look out, and it's like a very loud lawnmower.
Yeah.
And so you can hear them, and, at that point, at least with the drones, like the CIEDs and stuff, you can look and be like, oh, it's 500 meters that way, and it's going that way. Okay. What am I going to do? Like, me running around is going to do absolutely nothing. It's gone. And... but then, of course, when you're hearing it, it's getting louder, and you're like, you can't see it, and it's like, okay, people are taking cover. I know people who still, we're how many years and days into it now? They still go to the corridor. They're living in an apartment building. They hear the alarms, and they go from their room that has a window into another room, the bathroom, the corridor that, walk into the house where there's no... or into the apartment on the 25th floor of a skyrise. It's not like it's a penthouse type thing. It's just old-style apartment buildings. But they're still going and taking the precautions of doing this. And then you got people that don't do it, and people that are ridden with anxiety of just the thought of the air raid alarms going off. There's everyone, and I've met people on all sides of the thing. People are just like, yeah, drone hits like 100 meters away, and they're like, all right, what were we talking about? You know what I mean? Because it's a constant thing for them. And then there's the ones that the alarm goes off, and they're just testing it, and they're like running for shelter. It's like, okay. And then there's the ones, like myself, I try to figure out what's going on before just running amok. I also try not to go to places on certain days or certain things. It's I don't try to put myself where it's a really good target of opportunity or a really good way of being somewhere that's historically, this is when it hits. Like on Sundays, I don't like going out to these big supermarkets or anything else, or these big, stores, because historically they like to hit large shopping centers on Sundays when people are not doing stuff, and now they have a day off to go get stuff and do things. Hit it on a Tuesday when no one's there. Nope. They'll wait for Sunday.
How much longer do you think your wife's going to let you do this?
So the answer is never. But that is one thing. Like I got to do some soul search and stuff this last time, because I did finally get to go back, get some stuff done, do things, and we are growing as an organization. Part of growing as an organization means when you got more than 4 or 5 people, I'm not going to be the one putting my hands in the ground every single day. I have to transition to that CEO, that director role, and get the things in position and get the team what they need to be successful, find the funding, utilize the funding in a responsible way to continue to show people we are doing what we tell you we're going to do. And then plus, look at the massive impact that we're having with minimal support. So knuckle down, everyone. Keep sending it. Keep doing it, because all we're going to do is just keep, what's that song? Winning or something. Yeah. And so I'm transitioning. I know I need to be home, whatever home is, and I need to wake up and go to sleep more times in a year next to her in the house with the family than more times away.
Are you tired of going to war zones yet?
No, I'll never be tired of that. But I do have more focus on what's more important. And the family's more important.
What do you think IGR will look like post-Ukraine? What would your goals for it be?
Well, we are in Southeast Asia as well. We're trying to get it over into the Middle East, and this is all projects that people are bringing to us that potentially they will fund to allow us to do that. We always have a place in Africa, spent many years throughout Africa. So if we can get stuff going, it all comes down to funding. We are global. We will go anywhere and everywhere, and we can do anything. We can find the people that will be best for those spots. We are also U.S.-based, and part of that, what I'm trying to do right now, is to get some funding to get a vehicle that I can use to deliver water, food, pull a trailer, do all that stuff. So when I'm in the States and there's a disaster, and we're in Ohio and there's a tornado, and I can work with the emergency services and go, all right, we're available. If you need something moved, something delivered, if you want just hot water brought to a team that's working in this area, we'll set up a tent, we'll do this, we'll do this. We are U.S., but we are global as well. So if you can't do what you're doing at home, then, and you're not set up to do it at home, your foundation's not set up, then what are you doing around the world too? So we try to show, like, this is us. This is what we do. It doesn't matter where in the world. We are U.S. based, and we do have efforts over there. But yeah, it's going to continue to grow. It is growing day by day. Hopefully here in the next month or two, we should be having a fundraising event here at in town, or
Here in town in Kalispell?
yeah, or at Whitefish. Trying to figure it out. Literally, it was a lunch conversation with some people yesterday, and over the next week, we're going to figure it out.
Well, dude, let me know so I can help you promote it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have a knife made from that piece of
Very
missile prep
selfish.
pack.
You could donate the entire thing to me.
The entire. What about just a piece of it? Just the tip.
I almost had a fin off a Russian missile. It was in my hands, Michael, and he took it back. Selfishly, he wants to raffle it off for money to apparently do some kind of good throughout the world.
How ungrateful.
What a piece of shit, right?
I know. I'm going to hurt myself later.
It was pretty. What did you say was a Shrike missile?
No, Iskander.
Listen, I feel like you said Shrike because that sounds cool, but that might be from Call of Duty. Look up an Iskander missile. I'm going to guess it's ES Kander, obviously.
Yeah, with an I.
It's probably ESK.
ISK.
ISK?
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is where I really need the power of Google. I can phonetically throw shit into there, and it generally corrects for my lack of intelligence. Oh, yeah, look at that thing. So that's one of the fins on the back?
Yep.
That was what was going to be behind you at your desk, Michael. But
I'm not sure that would fit back here.
Not the entire missile, obviously. First off, how would he have gotten that to Montana if it was the entire? This is what I have to deal with.
Dr. Strangelove. I'm
this
just
is-
going to write it in.
Yeah, this is what I
Missiles
have
do
to deal
fly.
with. I tell him we were just talking about it was the fin, right?
Yeah.
He pulls up a picture of a missile, which is clearly fucking 5 times the size of a human being, and now jumps to that's not going to fit behind my desk.
Well, it wouldn't.
Well, I mean,
You're right.
I
It
wrong?
wouldn't, but I said the fin. You're
it
not
It all
wrong that it
depends on
wouldn't.
how you cut it up and piece it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Intact,
maybe we
you are
could.
correct. That would be 2/3 through the ceiling. But damn it, dude. Yeah, he just put
What-
it in his
what was
checked
that
luggage
old-
on Delta.
Yeah, what was that old show where like they got the missile coming out of the house
I don't know.
from the 80s or something like that? I can't remember.
You know what's wild? That's a really big missile, and the fins are really small comparative to the overall size.
Not very big.
So that's what they're hucking down at the Ukrainians?
That's some of it. I think if you look up XM 101, there's another one. XM 101.
Is it a missile?
Just put it in missile.
Not middle.
There you go.
Oh, boy. That looks a little bit more
KH-101. Yeah.
cruise missile-ish.
Yep. Right there.
What is that? A turbine engine underneath there in the back?
That's a Hawk over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they send glide bombs. So basically take a bomb, attach a wing package to it, and then it increases its distance by
just
whatever
glides
percent.
probably,
Yep.
yeah.
Just a glide bomb. So they can drop them and just let them glide for however far they want to glide.
What do most EOD guys do when they exit the military? I mean, obviously you could go direct and keep doing that for a government or federal agency. Do
Yep.
they kind of go to the wind, or do a lot of people take those skills and apply them directly?
It really is all over the place. Like I have a friend who, when he got out, Marine EOD tech, well, now he's flying airplanes, transport airplanes. So got his pilot's license and flies all over the world. So from playing with bombs to
Playing
flying.
with buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those skill sets where any of those tiny communities in the military, really good at your job, limited job, direct job options
Yep.
inside of that. I would imagine police and federal agencies probably pull heavily from that community, but there's only so many of those.
Yep. Yeah, and then like especially with police and stuff, depending upon what year or whatever is going on, a lot of police organizations have restrictions on when you can become a bomb tech. Like I think at New York police, you have to do 10 years in the force before you can become a bomb tech.
I feel like there should probably be a carve out there for guys coming in from
There
the bomb
should
tech.
probably be a thing where
Like I get it because they want you to
you
be a cop
disarmed
first.
1,000 bombs.
Yeah.
Our guys with 20-something years have done 7. It's like
Yeah.
should probably want to take this guy on. Now, he should do additional duties and learn
for
the
sure.
role.
He needs to be a
But, you know
cop
what I mean?
too, yeah.
He needs to be a cop, but maybe bring him on there. So, yeah, there's all kinds of fun missiles. What else is there?
What are your thoughts?
The POM-2, if you want to see
POM?
what that... Yep,
POM-2?
Yep, POM-2. Mine. Yep.
Yeah, here we are.
Yep.
So this is a live one. Michael, are you ready to disarm this?
Yes. Give it to
I'll
me.
let you talk through it.
Yeah, no, it's just
As long as you keep it above the bottom arm of your microphone right there, people will be able to see it. Yep,
Like
there you
this?
go. Yep, about
Yeah,
that high.
so-
Can you see that in his frame, Michael? Good.
yeah, we just got a few sirens, huh?
Yeah.
Air alert.
Take
No,
it
it's-
easy. Probably just an old lady who needs a sandwich, all right?
Yeah, I need a sandwich. I'm a double turkey. No, I'm just kidding. Went to a dark place. No, yeah, we just had some just random things, just things that you can see. But this is a POM-2, obviously much smaller, and showing the different parts on top and how it lays out. And
So
it
that thing
just sits up.
spits out wires.
Yep, you can see them up top, the springs.
Yep. Hit that second image, Michael. Yep, right there. It looks like it's a good one. Of course, it's tiny.
Yeah. and they just spring out and throw those things, and it's about over.
Would that be on the
15
surface?
footer. Yep, just sitting on the surface.
And you're saying real size, like this is a 12, what is this, a 12-ounce can of water? It would be maybe a little bit bigger? Are people just
about that size,
Okay.
but about that wide. So more like the rim of your cup.
And are people just placing them on the ground and walking
No, these
away?
are the ones that are scatterable, so they get launched out of the system, and they just hit the ground, and then they pop out of their canister, and then they pop up like that.
How do they right themselves? Is it just
It's just a spring, so whenever this hits the ground, it'll land on its side.
Yeah.
And then whenever these spring out,
Yep.
it'll push it up.
And then is there a delay in this? And then
Yep,
the
and then
cable.
the wires go out.
What were we saying? Half-pound pole?
Yeah, I want to say it should be on there. I think it's like 0.25 kgs, which is about
Just
a half
scroll
pound.
down, Michael. Jesus, man.
Yeah, I was looking up a video of it.
Oh,
That would be also amazing.
Yeah, hold on. We'll scroll down on this, though.
yeah, let's see what it says. Does it say?
What do we got here? Anti-personnel fragmentation mine, high-explosive fragmentation, tripwire, anti-personnel. Keep going down. Nothing line upright position. Keep going. 4 spring-loaded spools.
Oh, it just won't tell you on here.
Yeah.
It tells you on different websites. It's just this one you can.
Did you find a video of it, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn. There you go.
Yep.
I don't like anything that smokes like that on the ground. So that would be it deploying.
Yep. See, it's now it
Look at
upright
that thing.
itself, and then now the springs went everywhere.
What was that little thing that hopped around? Was that just the cap?
That was the cap that had
Okay.
the springs in it.
Why? Why are you walking up to this?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm very untrusting of anything on the ground shaped like that smoking. I'm going to be real honest with you.
Yeah, so maybe like a Monster Energy
Yeah.
drink
Yeah.
size. And then it folds itself up.
Man,
And then that top
That's the
springs
cap,
off.
gotcha.
And you see the wires going out. And that's it. And then it's ready to go. Hello.
human beings are pretty gnarly. What's the kill radius on that thing?
Just a few meters, but casualty causing.
Don't you
is
dare
a
click
lot
on the
bigger.
rugby, Michael.
I wasn't going to.
He's like, I'm playing rugby
Got
on Saturday.
distracted.
Next thing you know, we're watching the All Blacks just annihilate people. I have. There's a lot of talk from certain people in the intel world about this insider attack, right?
Okay.
There's a threat. Sometimes it's tied to the influx of immigration in the previous administration. Whole conversation to have about that. What level of concern do you have about IEDs finding their way back to the U.S.?
IEDs are in the U.S.
Are they really in? I mean, the capability to make them for sure. The people with the knowledge. Are you aware of anybody that's actually finding those on the regular?
Well, it's the biggest thing you got to realize first is America is massive. So there is an actual tracker where you can determine like how many explosive incidents have happened in a year, and it'll tell you like if it was a find, if it was an IED, if it was a pipe bomb, all this stuff. And there's something about like last time I looked at it was years ago, but it was like 2 incidents a day in the U.S.
Really?
And it could just be something as simple as they found materials. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't a built-up thing. Someone put a bag out and said, you know, this is a bomb, and it was just a backpack that was empty. So not every single one of them is a device.
You hear pipe bombs and stuff from time to time. I'm talking more like the pressure plate, buried type stuff.
If it was happening, it would probably be on the border.
Think so? Yeah. Yeah, that would be a level of complexity and carnage that I don't think people are quite prepared for mentally.
Nope.
Yeah, that would change, I think, the calculus of a lot of decisions.
I mean, it would definitely shut the border down.
Yeah, but then, you know, there's just the Canadian border. Did you know that there's the same size fence between Canada and the U.S. as there is between Mexico and the U.S.?
Go on.
No, I'm just joking. There's no fence at all.
Yeah, as I say, I was like,
It's the most porous border ever. There's like some trees and
It's
stuff.
the fence of sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
You crossed the line. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. The more that the southern border gets cracked down on, the northern border doesn't get talked about as much.
Yep.
It's I don't know. I think a motivated person is going to find a way either way.
No, absolutely. Like, will it make it more difficult if we can control our point of entry, point of exit, and all that stuff? Absolutely. It'll make it more difficult. Does a lock on a door stop a criminal from breaking in your house? No. If someone wants to do it, they're going to do it. I mean, and it all depends on how secret and how whatever they really want to be.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how secret was the FPV drones or the drone attack on the Russian planes?
Yeah.
To the point where the U.S. was like, why didn't y'all tell us you were doing this? Like, if you want to do something and you're motivated and you're disciplined, things are going to happen.
What do you want to do outside of stopping things from blowing up? Can you keep that IGR page up, Michael? Yeah. Just because I want to be able to point people towards where they can support.
Yeah, like in what capacity? I want to be more in the community, like when I am home.
You mean like the HOA? You want to be president of the HOA?
No.
First off, fuck you, Karen. President of the HOA? I'll put my goddamn garbage cans where I want, and I don't want to hear your fucking feedback about mowing the lawn. 39.5% chance that the head of the HOA is named Karen or Kathy.
Probably.
Fucking tumbler full of iced Chardonnay and fucking bad attitude.
Golf cart. Oh, no, I want to get more involved in the community. It's the same thing whenever we're over there. It's like I just enjoy doing stuff. I mean, I wish...
What is your main hobby outside of stopping bombs from blowing up?
Oh, I mean...
Do you get
it changes. I do like making jewelry. I haven't done it for a few years now. Yeah, like
jewelry, like cock rings?
Yeah. Or finger rings, or both.
For some people, those are interchangeable.
Yes, absolutely. I know. I mean, I've heard.
How'd you get into jewelry making?
It was during the whole COVID thing. Just had extra time and had I've been collecting gemstones and rocks all around the world forever. So it's like, I got all these things. I got to do something with it. And
do you do sports, mountain biking, skiing, snowmobiling, like anything else?
No. I mean, I like to hang out with people or go do stuff or go fishing. Like the kids had the day after I got back, they had a fishing derby. So I went down there, and all three, my son and his cousins, they all won a fishing rod. So it was pretty cool. But they caught a catfish. They caught some other stuff.
If somebody were to say to you, okay, you never get to work in the field you're working in now again. You can't even touch it. Don't get to research it. What do you think you would do with your life?
Depends where I live.
Wherever you want to.
Okay. Well, if I was living down there on the coast, fishing boat, deep sea fishing, done.
Okay.
Just be a pirate. Already partway there. So.
Yep. I think you would need to lose more of your leg and get a wooden... You could get a parrot, though.
Yes.
Which would be dope.
And I can, I always just use that laminate, wood-looking stuff, so it looks like it's a big wood thing.
Yeah.
But, I do love fishing. Landlocked? Yeah. I don't know. Probably like just a little shop, something that I can just, chill at, especially if it was just... all paid off, and it didn't matter about bringing in and having to grow something big, and it was just a point of where the community comes together. So have a little bit of space, set up barbecues, bring fundraising events together, bring people together, and just literally have my own little place. I was like, all right, this weekend, Steve-O's bringing the 15-foot grill trailer. So-and-so, just organize community events, organize just people being together. And, when someone needs help, we can get 10 guys over there to help you move all the stuff out of your house and into the next house or whatever. Just enjoy time within the community. Really, the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't have like a job I'd like to do or want to do.
I only ask because I think the more balance you can have between where you're going and the things that you're seeing and something back home. I mean, there's a burden and a weight to what you're doing.
Yep.
I think having a stress release valve, and maybe that is just interfacing with the community and friends, but I don't think there's any right or wrong, because I think we all have a different volume that we can handle of that stress, and we all have a different relief valve as well. Yeah, jewelry. What's the coolest piece you've ever made?
I mean, made some chains and stuff like that, like Cuban links, but a little, like just some pendants with putting some emeralds in them and stuff like that. Those were pretty fun. So,
What'd you do with them?
yeah, this lady gave me the money, and I don't charge anything for them. It's literally just paid for the materials because I'm learning.
Yeah.
And so that's all it's ever been. It doesn't work well when I'm going back and forth. We still got some stuff to...
Never would have guessed that, actually.
I know. We still got some stuff to unload from the garage and finish getting the house set up so I can put my bench together, get the, oxygen and the propane tank so I can get my torch, get all the stuff, get a few different things, and then so I can make stuff. So, I mean, it'd be great if someone's like getting out of the industry and they're just like, I'll just donate all the tools or all the furnace, all the different pieces and everything you need in order to do jewelry making. But yeah, I'll just have to start piecing it together, because there are some things you can do where you don't need all the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
You just pour a line, and then now you have this little gold bar, run it through, stretch it, pull it, shape it, cut it, solder it together, and then next thing you know, you have a basic ring.
Yeah.
Then add some prongs to it, and then put a little stone on top. Now you have a ring with a stone on it, and you can build it up from scratch. But there's easier ways. You make a carving out of wax, and then you put it into this mold, and you set that, you burn that out, and then you take it over here, flip it over while it's hot, pour your metal into it, pulls it into it, and then it made the process more efficient.
Yeah, for sure. You got me thinking when you were saying tools.
You're a tool.
Definitely. Michael could 100% tell you that.
I'm a tool.
No, I'm thinking, okay,
Go on.
you're going to do EOD stuff, but you could only take 3 tools with you. What are you taking? Like, what are the most important tools for an EOD guy? Strip away, like, the knowledge and, like, whatever. You could have whatever resource you want, but you don't necessarily know what you're going to have to disarm, but you can only take 3 things. What would you take?
A Gerber with a punch, EOD Gerber, or Leatherman, whatever, multi-tool. A rope.
Yeah, just for
And
dragging
some
stuff?
kind of hook. That's it.
To be able to, like, move
Yep,
it?
to remote move it. So even if you get yourself 20 meters away and you're pulling on something that blows up, every meter, every foot
Totally
matters.
Plus, also dig a little hole for yourself,
Yep. Yeah, a little defilade. I like to hide behind the tree that's about that big around. You know what I mean?
Totally.
'Cause if I can't see it, it can't see me.
You just let it all tuck it all in.
Plastic surgery.
That's it,
Lost
huh?
my entire waist. Just
A
like that.
multi-tool, a rope, and a hook. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I like where your head's at. What is the... Explain to me this.
Yeah, it's just a standard... mine sign. So it lets you know that there's dangers in the area. Obviously, like, depending upon what country you're in, if you're in Cambodia, it'd be written in Cambodian.
Yeah. Cambodianese?
Yeah, Cambodianese. And, the most typical thing is red and white.
Yeah.
You can add the different stuff to bring it out, and they can be made out of plastic. They could be made out of on a metal tin. But that's just your standard.
And this
Square.
one's from Ukraine?
Yep, from Ukraine.
Michael, this goes behind you.
From
Sounds good to me.
How much of your camera angle, though, can you see other than the flag?
We could put it like right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it needs to be displayed.
Yeah,
This
and
will
then-
just show that Michael is dangerous.
He's dangerous.
Yeah.
You can see it. Not
This
when he
starts
walks
with-
right now.
This means actually, Michael, for those of you, I'll show you. This is Michael in Russian.
Ukrainian.
It starts with an N.
That's it. Nailed it.
What else do you want people to know, man? How can people support you? Been at it for a couple hours. I want to get you out of here and join.
No,
Montana
absolutely.
again. So there's obviously, we're at invictusglobalresponse.org, and this is great because people can find out about what you guys do. But if they want to support the mission of making things not go boom.
Yeah, not only that, we also support through doing the humanitarian emergency response, capacity building. They put people on their
oh yeah, perfect, right here.
feet.
Right on there's a donation section just on the main page if you scroll down.
Yep, and we're still working on it. We're actually trying to revamp the website, getting a lot of feedback from people that do this stuff for a living because we only know what we know, and we definitely don't know what we don't know.
It's amazing. A super slick, high-end website, man. It will draw people in.
Yep. And the biggest thing, like they said, is it needs to be, for the donation stuff, it needs to be one click. You know, if you have to go through an entire process, people lose their focus. So just click it.
Every time you put a barrier up, because
people want to support.
Rate,
yeah, people want to support, but then they just get lost in, I don't know. And that's all of us. There's my wife on the right. There's John, prior Air Force. There's Stu, prior Army combat engineer, and then of course
I love
the
how
ugly guy on the left.
Each of those pictures, they're all looking at the camera. They're engaged,
except for me. I'm stoic,
steely, blue steel from Stu there, and you are literally bored out of your fucking mind in a meeting, not paying attention.
Not bored. I'm contemplating the world domination takeover.
All right.
But support in any way. Biggest thing that we're going right now is we're trying to reach a point for our organization to have stability that we can start going after grants, start going after different funds from, government, non-government organizations. But if anyone has any information, or they know a philanthropist, or they want to do a donation event or some kind of drive, or they want to support us in any way, reach out. I'm game to do literally anything to keep the mission, to keep the guys, to keep the girls, to keep the help flowing.
There you go. We're going to get some nice requests.
Yep. And
we're not game for anything.
For anything. Remember the foot thing?
Whips and chains. Oh, your Only Feet page would be interesting at this point. Would it be Only Foot?
Well, I can
stand
definitely do a Healy now.
Dude, you could stand out in the crowd of the Only Feet. You could be the only foot, I guess, no pun intended.
Every time I try to kick a ball, it just doesn't work. Yeah,
Michael's over there just like, what in the actual fuck is wrong with you
I'm
two?
used to it.
Nothing. My mama said I was a beautiful, healthy baby boy.
I've tried to explain to my wife, who has no real touch points with people in the military. We have a buddy that does jiu-jitsu with us, and he's in a wheelchair. And I make fun of him, and I tell him that I think he can actually walk, and that's what he does when he goes home at night. He has blackout curtains, and he's walking. And she, probably one of the maddest times that she ever got with me, I think, or she wasn't mad. She was appalled at the human being that I was. She basically was like, you can't fucking say that. I'm like, first off, I just did.
I've used that same thing. I just did.
And secondly, I guarantee you he appreciates it. And so she finally asked him about it. He's like, no, that's how we talk to each other. So she just still doesn't get it. But dude, if we worked together, I'm fucking making fun of your club foot every fucking day. Mm-hmm. Your call sign's going to be fucking whatever it might be, 5 toes or some shit like that. Like, that's how you know you care.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know how you know that you're not part of a team?
Yeah, they're not fucking with you.
Not fucking with you.
That's when you should be worried.
Yeah. Are you worried yet?
Michael's
well, I get fucked with all the time, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Can you
right
imagine
now.
the weapon he's being forged into as a 23-year-old man? It's a crucible of life.
He's a man? No,
in the eyes of the law. In the eyes of the law, yes.
I didn't want to assume.
Yeah. I guess now you should ask.
Yes.
But, yeah, she was utterly appalled. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah. No, I guess the other big thing is I showed you the demining machine we're trying to do, which is going to help us.
Oh yeah, pull that up, Michael.
Yeah,
What was that
let
about?
me tell you,
The demining
explain
machine.
it a little bit.
Okay, this is your
Yeah.
X or Twitter, Invictus_GR.
Yep. So when we were trying to push for this, of course, whenever you get an invoice, it only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
So we kind of missed the window for the machine that would have cost at about $21K.
Do those change just spin and
Yeah, they spin and beat
the
it
shit out of
up.
the ground? Yep.
Yep. It's a flail type, but demining machines are typically hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not million plus, and then to run them can be tens of thousands of dollars a month.
Okay.
With innovation and stuff that they've done, this company has basically made a small demining machine. And currently our ticket price, because they have made a bunch of improvements, there is a GPS package on it now that we missed the window to get it in the older version. So it is $29,000 something dollars. I can look it up.
As
It's
with
essentially
everything, price went
$30,000. So we have been able to work with them. We've got the machine ordered as of this week. So, and we have time to try to close that last about $9,000 gap. So the biggest thing is we're trying to do that. One thing that we can do, or what we're trying to do, is try to make this the NASCAR in the demining world.
Oh, I like where your head's
So
at.
if you wanted cleared hot right there and you wanted to pay for a demining machine, right there where that little robot face is, bam. And then every time we're coming across mines, we can just send you the video.
I just want a
of you
picture of
smashing
Michael's
it.
face.
It only costs you like $30,000 to have that.
You
but we
could
can do
be
it.
a hero to the Ukrainian people, Michael.
Yeah, and then currently we're looking at about $2,200 a month just to run it.
Yeah.
So fuel,
Yeah.
replacement change, replacement parts. This machine's actually done fairly well. It's they've tested it. It ran over anti-tank mines, and within an hour they've had it back up and running. So it's taking hits. It's doing what it's supposed to do, and yeah. So I mean, I wish we would have met our goal in time to meet that first invoice, but it's not a loss because the increase actually has more features and more safety. The GPS, the additional camera. So it is better, and they are working with us because we are a small organization to make sure that we don't have to have that 90% upfront down. They're just going to do it, and then we'll worry about and we'll figure out the payments. So that's the biggest thing. If anyone wants their own NASCAR machine,
I like it.
demining machine, hit us up.
You could aggregate it across individuals and brands too. I mean, you could actually get quite NASCAR-y with it.
Yep. So if you wanted it, the sole responsibility or the sole thing right there on top, $30,000. We'll get that thing. We'll have whatever logo, whatever you want on it. Or if we can get a bunch of 5K donations, we can do 6 logos across it.
Yeah, be cool.
And then just once a week, just refresh it because it's going to get beat up.
Yeah. What else, man? What do you want to close it out with?
Man, I mean, where do we begin? At the end. No. First and foremost, thank you for having me back.
Of course.
So
You have an open invite, man, anytime.
appreciate it.
As long as you keep bringing in signs and fins and missiles from Russia.
I'll have to figure out what else to bring you next time.
If you could
something-
bring a live piece of ordnance that we could put on Michael's desk that he has to disarm before leaving, that would be pretty amazing.
I'm not saying I can't go to the stores right now and make that happen.
Yeah, can we do that?
And for clarity, you get a multi-tool and a hook and a rope, Michael.
Yep. Well, you one thing that you have seen or have you seen about Ukraine is like the innovation 3D printing, right?
Yeah.
So they're making a lot of their own stuff because demand for all this ordnance stuff. So
Yeah.
there are things that are being 3D printed and stuff, and I'll bring one or send it to you in the mail because it's FFE. There's no explosive or anything, but yeah, you have a little landmine that's been 3D printed.
Yes.
And if it didn't go with me, it would have gone the other way. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get you one over here.
Perfect. Now, open invite anytime, man. Anytime you're in the area, let me know. Let me know about the dinner fundraiser thing. I'll do everything I can to help spread the word for you.
No, absolutely. So whether it's $5 or $5 million, if anyone out there has any ideas, put me in front of somebody, or they want that that tax break or whatever, and they just got to get rid of money. Sometimes people just need to lose 10,000 to save 50,000. Sometimes big organizations need to lose 10 million to save 100 million. It's a thing. So if you know people, reach out to them, see what they do. On that Buy Me a Coffee link, you can get part of like the patch of the month where we get different patches while we're over there, and then we send you a patch. So, and it just goes to supporting the general cost. I think we got 14 or 15 people signed up, but if we had 100 people signed up to that, we would be able to cover food, fuel, and housing for the team currently as is. You know, we're looking to basically be able to pull in about $3,500 a month, which will cover costs and cover basic maintenance and other stuff. Awesome. So that's our operational budget right now. And for the most part, we just go out and get sporadic jobs here and there and then keep doing what we're doing. But the goal is to be able to have this as our 100% focus. So that's why I'm shifting over to the more fundraising, the more advocacy, the more we got to get this thing going. We got to support the team.
You're going to have to do that to grow to the next level.
So, I mean, to close it all out is just always follow us, see what you can do. Got any ideas? Someone just sent us something, I believe, off of Twitter. Actually, they got this wood plaque with a soldier with wings coming off of it and a shield, and it's got a saying on it. It should be coming in today at the house. I got a picture. It's on the Twitter somewhere, but look, guy does really cool woodwork. Awesome. Burning stuff. So, yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I'm glad you're out there doing what you're doing. We'll get you back out to Montana. Today's a good day. Huge, white, puffy Montana summer clouds, not too hot.
Yeah, yesterday there was this, we're walking around, it's just slightly cloudy, and then for like 2 minutes, just
absolute
downpour. You know, I'm not going to lie, I didn't step out into the rain, and I enjoyed it a little bit. But yeah.
Well, cool, man. Until next time.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.